The man never expected that this enslaved elf girl with special abilities would be seen as useless and tossed aside by others. Using his appraisal skill, he discovered she was not only level 64, but had also awakened multiple high-tier spells. Yet despite being such a rare find, because she had lost half an ear and had crippled limbs, she couldn't use any of her abilities anymore. Seeing this, Jack certainly wouldn't let such a treasure slip away. After all, whether it was her injuries, or the curse that blocked her magic, to Jack, they were minor issues. Besides that, he also needed someone capable of handling household chores. The slave trader recommended a lovely girl named Maria. She was smart, capable, and obedient. The only catch was, she wouldn't accept any nighttime service requests. Hearing this, Jack quickly explained he was a decent person. He would never have any inappropriate intentions. After finalizing his choice of the two slaves, the slave trader promptly drew up their slave contracts. Once the contracts were complete, Jack soon brought both girls back home, but he seemed to have forgotten. Arachne was still there. After enjoying her surprise tackle at the door, Jack prepared rooms for the girls, and suggested they relax with a nice bath. Though Maria was touched by Jack's kindness, she simply thought she had found a good master. The elf, however, felt differently. When the contract was being signed, she noticed almost all information about Jack was left blank. This either meant Jack's circumstances were highly unusual, or his behavior was questionable. So from then on, the elf remained somewhat wary of him. Then one day, when Jack returned home, Arachne pounced on him again, knocking him down. The contents of his bag scattered everywhere. Seeing this, the elf moved to help, but to her surprise, Jack simply used his item box to collect everything instantly. This action made the elf uneasy. What was he hiding in that bag? With this suspicion in mind, she secretly followed Jack to his workshop, but what she saw shocked her. Jack was actually handling poisonous herbs, wearing a mischievous grin, muttering about how Mary went too far, and even began harming himself. She thought Jack was planning to harm them, starting with Maria. With that in mind, the elf rushed in and tackled Jack, demanding to know what he intended to do to Maria. But before she could finish, she passed out. Using appraisal, Jack saw her status was extreme fatigue. He decided to treat her first, but due to the curse, healing her consumed a huge amount of mana. On the bright side, it also raised his light magic level. It turned out this was a blessing in disguise. The reason he was using toxic herbs was actually to level up his light magic. Only after reaching a certain level could he heal the elf. Her curse was so high level that he was just one rank short of being able to cure it. But because he hadn't explained himself, the elf had misunderstood the whole situation. About 2.5 hours later, the elf woke up. Her first action was to tell Maria to run. Jack was planning something bad for her, but Maria just laughed. She handed the elf a mirror, and what the elf saw stunned her. Not only was her ear restored, but familiar magic was flowing through her body again. Now she understood. Jack had lifted her curse. After learning the full story, she soon went to find Jack for confirmation. While leveling light magic sounded somewhat believable, the one thing she couldn't understand was why Jack had said Mary went too far. It turned out to be a misunderstanding. It was simply because Maria had thrown his herbs in the trash. Those were toxic herbs used to level up his light magic, and he had spent a long time preparing them. Realizing she had misjudged Jack, and that everything he did was for her sake, the elf's heart was completely won over.
私、ソフィア・シルフィードは、我が主、匠イルマ殿へ、生涯の忠誠を誓います。